Where did King of the Seas go? Is the United States aircraft carrier overbuffed? And who ended Bismarck's career? And how much can an owl twist its head? All these questions will be answered in this week's episode of Warship Weekly. About a month ago, the King of the Sea Discord announced that due to recent international issues, not all players around the globe will be available to participate in this international tournament. So instead of cancelling King of the Seas, the officials decide to keep the regional KOTS, but giving it a different name, the Warship Spring Championships. Although we will not be able to determine which region's team is the best on Earth in early 2022, we will still be able to figure out which teams are capable for fighting for this title. The Warship Spring Championship will start its registrations on April 15th, which is basically today, and I'll be streaming on Asia because I live there, and as many games as possible. The organizers mentioned that the rules will remain the same as last season, but 2 maps are changed for more variety. In fact, these 2 new maps introduced this time have actually never been in King of the Seas before, yet they have found their way into the WSC. Now the first map being Ocean. Well, it's an ocean, just water. Now I wonder how I introduced the map. A map where players experience sea battles most accurately? I don't know. The second map is Okinawa, one of the maps barely modified to fit in the game, which you can actually find easily on the Google map. The in-game landscape can be found around the southwest part of the region. Meanwhile, as super ships are entering the tech tree branches officially, the United States will be receiving a huge buff that will turn her from super shit to a super ship. At least the devs got it right this time. Well, they finally buffed the deck armor so people don't die 2 minutes in the United States. But on the other hand, this is also the second time they have buffed the United States torpedo bombers. Well, last time they made these torpedoes hit like a truck, and now they still hit like a truck, but these torpedoes apparently only take 2.5 minutes to reload. And that basically means you get to fly these torpedo jets for free for every 2 to 3 flights. I call it the 432 Doom cycle. You see, this 150-second cooldown starts whenever you launch the planes. So if I only take 30 seconds to strike someone and then follow it up with a tactical rocket squad, which is about another 30 seconds, and then follow it up with another dive bomb run or 2, by the time I get back to my ship I can already redo the cycle again. Like 150 seconds is actually pretty fast. Basically what I'm trying to say is, the United States is imbalanced. But am I gonna complain? No. Why? Name checks out. Alright, next up is the ship of the week, and apparently it's Ark Royal. She was launched on April 13th, 1937, about 85 years ago from today. And she was the first ship in the Royal Navy, which was designed to be an aircraft carrier instead of being converted from some random battleship. And her hangar and her deck were actually supposed to be part of the hull together. By being assigned and operating in a group of ships, usually escorted by a couple of destroyers, the Ark Royal has been very successful in assisting the Allies in the Atlantic Ocean. I would actually consider to be a very good team player, or a very good gangbanger. Even though she was escorting convoys for the most of her time, she still made it quite clear to the officials that carriers are OP, are overpowered by participating in sinking the first U-boat in the Atlantic Ocean, chasing down Graf Spee, and also Bismarcking Bismarck, which I hope you know what I'm talking about. She was then sunk by a U-boat in November 14, 1941, after a single torpedo disabled the entire ship's power system. There was an attempt of damage control, but in vain since the boiler rooms were completely flooded and the ship's power systems were shut down. All but one crew member did survive the sink of the ship. As a result, improved boiler and machinery room protections were applied to Ark Royal's succeeders who were also under construction at the time, the illustrious and implacable class. I wouldn't say the Ark Royal is the most fightiest carrier in history, definitely not, but I still admire the value and experience Ark Royal has brought to the Royal Navy in a bit more than a year's time. It's about 4:30 a.m. right now, and I found this clip, a tribute to Ark Royal, which I think it sums up the story really well, and I just want to share with you guys.
Ark Royal destroyed or damaged over 100 warplanes. Off Sardinia, her aircraft destroyed a battleship and 4 destroyers. She was in the bombardment of Genoa. She played a big part in the slaughter of the Bismarck. Wherever there's been trouble, there's been Ark Royal causing it. Of her 1,500-odd complement, the great majority were saved, to find another ship and go on with the work they began so well. No use denying that her loss is a blow to us, but she made them pay tenfold to get her. So in the Mediterranean that knew your glory in war, you rest in peace. Sleep well, Ark Royal. We give you our grateful thanks.
And that is going to be the end of this week's episode of Warship Weekly, but not until I tell you the answer of this important question. How much can an owl twist its head? Well, in fact, the owl's eyes are shaped like tubes, which mean the only way to see around is to actually twist its neck. And apparently these owls have evolved to turn their heads backwards and sometimes beyond, and they can also turn their heads upside down. Thanks to the help of 14 neck vertebrae, which is pretty much a bone that's just part of your spine. Well, the bones make up your spine. And alright, thank you for watching. Please let me know down in the comments if you have anything to say. I will read all the comments on a daily, if not weekly basis, and I'll see you next time on Warships Weekly. Goodbye! Fucking echo.